And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Amazing ATS. Dylan, Dalen, Chavias, Denelvis. How is it going today, guys? And yeah, by the stream title, you can tell we are out in the VNL 860. We got this dressed up with the Globetrotter XL package, and right now we are sitting here in Yakima, Washington. We've got a load of frozen food on the back going up to Trident Seafoods in Bellingham. So not an overly long run on the first one. Underneath the hood today, we do have a Volvo D13. Now I am running, normally you do not get with this engine, a manual transmission. I went ahead and edited the def files so I can run an 18 speed. I am doing great today. So without any further waiting, let's climb in the truck, get her fired up, and let's get moving. And it would be helpful if I hit the right button too. Alright, and this is version 2.24, so this is specifically for the beta. And yeah, windows roll down. Kind of hard to see the window there, but yeah, they do roll down. So let's get going. We are already got the parking brake off, so here we go. Now, today's beta update kind of screwed up the sounds a little bit. I'm looking to the right just a little bit, but we're getting some right ear goodness. That should not be, so I'm not going to worry about the sounds. I mean, we're here to truck. I am doing awesome like a possum. So, Chavias, you said you've got 860s in your fleet. Do you drive one of them, or have you taken a peek inside them? Alright, and apparently I did not stop on the brake good enough either, because we went right through the light. Yeah, a lot of people, I would imagine, are staying in the house with this human malware going on. Hey, Stefan, what's up?
Stay left.
Clever reply, something I would have said.
Stay left.
And the horsepower on the D13 today is only at 500. The 18 speed that we're running is 1850 on the torque. So, not an overly powerful truck, but one that's going to keep us moving. That was from a video, Dominique, on the SCS Instagram page for reaching 140,000 subscribers. So I don't know if they did that on purpose, but there is absolutely no truck in the game that looks like that. It's gotta be the Mac Anthem. Hey Xander, how's it going today? I am doing great. Absolutely no complaints whatsoever. Just more bug fixes, Omar. If you want to check on the Steam discussion page, someone had posted the updates on there from what Voda gave us there on the SCS forums. Somehow I always knew that Daimler was going to be the last vehicles into the game. Hopefully we'll get, I'm going to say, the Cascadia later this year. I mean, knock on wood. And the trailer that I am running today is the custom 53-foot reefer. So definitely not a stock trailer, just needs some more lights. And we do have the trailer dressed up with Wabash today, so we're, even though it doesn't look like a Wabash reefer, it's what we're hauling. And the best part is right there on the back. I don't dial 911. Whew, thank you, Washington. I didn't feel like slamming on my brakes. I would love to have both Cascadias, the new and the old, but my guess is, even though they've showed off the old Cascadia back in 2016 in one of the first licensing blogs, and unless Daimler is going to be dicks about it, if you want to put that in a nice way, we might only get the new version. One thing that they did do with today's beta update is they changed the frequency of the Lone Star for the AI traffic. So from what people have been saying is the frequency of that has been lowered quite a bit, so it's actually a quote-unquote rare truck now in traffic. And if you're wondering what that blue thing there is on the dash, that's a Sirius XM radio. And then we've got the CB up there. Now, does anybody watch Deadliest Catch? Hey, Javi, good afternoon. Deadliest Catchback starts back up tonight on Discovery with a 3-hour premiere, and they're calling it The Russians Are Coming. Hey, Junior, how's it going?
Stay right, then exit right. Exit right.
Daniel, how's it going? Welcome. Hey, George, good afternoon, good evening to you.
Stay left.
Yeah, even though I don't like running with the wires on the windshield here in game, trying to make this look as close as possible to a real life 860, and of course those are on the real truck.
Stay left.
The Globetrotter is just an accessory package. Those are like the defroster wires that you normally see on the back of a passenger vehicle. And that's what they are here, at least on the truck, with no way to turn them on or anything like that. That is correct. Both Euro and American Volvos now have the Globetrotter packages. I am running Robin Icus's air horn mod, not the train horns, but yeah, his horns sound a little bit better than what we get stock SCS wise, at least. that's just for the driver as an indication that he can see without looking at his dash constantly to find out. I believe the LT has these also, and if I remember correctly, maybe the 2020 or maybe 2021 Freightliner Cascadias. No, I am running the D13 500 that's included with the truck. I've just modded in an 18-speed transmission. And I took a 18-speed that's in the mod, removed the conflicts with, and added it underneath suitable 4 tags. Otherwise, if you run the D13s, you're basically getting an iShift 12-speed. Sorry, driver. I don't know where the heck I'm going.
Stay left, then turn left. Turn left.
And also, by default, the truck does not have dual stacks. I am running a mod from Tom Dooley that adds those in, and I keep that below the truck so I don't run into any issues. But that's pretty much the only part of that mod that I use is for the dual stack.
Go straight. Stay right, then turn right. Turn right.
Oh, also one thing that was fixed in today's beta update was the double blinker, so that has been fixed. I haven't noticed a double blinker as of yet, and I've been messing with this all afternoon. None that were listed. And I'm running a real company mod, so of course this is named Trident Seafoods, but here in game this company is only in Washington. I believe this is the only location for it, is going to be Fishtail Foods. Hey Thomas, how's it going?
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
where we're going to with the Real Company mod that I'm running, Real Company Logo 3D. It changes it to Trident Seafood, but in game it's actually called Fishtail Foods.
This is where it ends.
Hey, straight and back. I like that. I appreciate that, Kirk. Normally, George, I do run the Google Voice mod, but I currently don't have that active. Alright, I would love to take a load over to Coville or even Spokane. I'm going to check the external market here to see if we've got anything. Nope, but Grand Coulee works. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the route so we actually run across the Cascade Highway instead of going down. Oh, I need to get my load first. It's on the other side. Which way is the train coming from? Ah, there it is. Hey, Ark, how's it going? 860 is definitely better. Carson, what's up today? Yeah, not a whole lot to that train. Oh, not a whole lot today, grabbing gears and hauling freight. Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it. There goes the fairing on my truck. Yeah, I knew better than to try to turn around in there. Alright, I gotta see what I'm doing here. Alright, we're gonna start straightening out. We gonna get by there? Nope. You can get this right from the Steam Workshop, Alex. Yeah, I'm probably not even close. Yeah, didn't think so. Alright, and this is why I don't like blindside backing, because it's a royal PETA. Alright, now that I'm around the corner, I can definitely get in here. Yeah, and as you guys wonder, am I a rookie at backing? Well, apparently today I am. It's another train, Carson. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go this way into Grand Coulee. 378, 311. We add some more mileage, but I really don't care. We're on a external contract, so basically we've got a bunch of real life hours to get this completed. Nah, like your teachers always say in school, the only stupid question is the one that is not asked.
Turn right.
In the real world, you can't do 1,000 miles in a day. They're both good trucks. For a classic, definitely the W900, but for interior looks and design, I do enjoy the Lone Star. Oh, I would love to see longer trains. I mean, there are train mods out there that will add in long trains, but for me, they tank frame rates for some odd reason.
Stay right, then turn right. Turn right.
Am I going the right way? Yeah, I am. Just wanted to make sure. For this one, no, Gleamum. Just search VNL 860, and the truck is like a mauve color. Oh, let's see. Do we pull in or do we get the bypass? Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
Never mind. I'll find a new route. Turn right.
That I am not sure about. I don't know what people have against Volvo, but they are a very popular truck on the road. I would put them behind the Freightliner Cascadia in regards to popularity.
Stay left.
Yes, it is. By Gleamum, yes.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right. Stay right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the only truck or not, to be honest with you. It all comes down to personal opinion, George. You can talk to one guy who will say, I won't run anything but a Peterbilt. Talk to another, I won't run anything but Western Stars. Everything else is junk. Talk to another, I will only drive a Volvo. They're the most comfortable trucks on the road. And everybody has an opinion. Maybe in the future, Carson? There you go, Carson. That is my idea also. And yeah, there's ones that I like more than others. And I mean, classic trucks I love driving. But I mean, if I was ever going to go back out on the road, I'll drive whatever they give me. Oh, the Ford trucks, you're referring to Sterlings. Yeah, I wouldn't drive a Tesla, sorry. That, definitely not me. No, Daimler North America owns Western Star. Yep, and then that is a division underneath Daimler, which is no longer made.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Oh yeah, there's carriers that still run them, but I mean they're no longer produced. I have no idea. Still no open grate sound.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
I would imagine they'd been more aerodynamic than what they were back in the day. And the train horn mod that is out there by Robin Ickes, it doesn't have any of the tunnel effects or anything like that added to it. Oh geez, Trans Am, really? Grab a gear and go. This air horn does replace all of the stock sounds, so they're, no matter what truck, it's all going to stay the same. And the moment I jump out into the left lane, Carson, there's going to be AI traffic coming the other way. So, yeah, not going to do it. It was just in the video, Nathaniel. It's underneath, the picture is underneath my community discussions if you want to take a look. Not really, George. Maybe when I was younger, when I was more aggressive, if you will, it might have bugged me, but now it doesn't. It's not added to traffic, no. It was a video on Instagram celebrating 140,000 users or followers, and it just showed the Anthem driving by in the video. And you could say it is traffic, but it is not enabled. And the funny part is I use my engine brake more in this game going uphill than I ever did in real life. Well, rumor has it, George, that PACCAR wanted a 2-year, if you will, ownership on the game as being the only trucks by default. And then there's others who will say that licensing really happened after Pavel stopped doing it. It's in the red circle, Nathaniel, that yellow truck. There are no trucks in the game that look like that. It's the only viable option is the Anthem with the way the truck looks. If need be, you may need to right click on the picture and then view image in order to see it in a larger size. Let's hope there's no AI traffic coming. Yeah, because I'm not sitting behind these guys. This is crazy. Especially since the AI doesn't know how to drive. And you would hope so. The Gold Bulldog is a Mac engine with the Mac drivetrain. A Silver Bulldog, you may have a Mac engine, maybe a Cummins, but it does not have a Mac drivetrain.
Go straight.
Well, one of their first more aerodynamic trucks was the Vision. I wouldn't mind the LT at all. It's basically the exact same as the Lone Star with a different cabin. That's about it, and a shorter wheelbase. And basically from the cab forward is what would need to be changed. So instead of a set forward front axle, bring it back a little bit, shorter hood, a little more sloped, and boom, we've pretty much got an LT.
Stay right, and then turn right. Turn right. Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
And I wish I could tell you what was up the sleeves of SCS, but yeah, I don't know anything. That's it looks like a Mac. It's unbranded. I doubt if we're gonna get a Mac branding for any AI vehicles. But it's inside the red circle, Nathaniel. Well, seeing that it's now owned by Volvo and it may operate independently, apparently it wasn't that hard. And especially for the Anthem, which is their latest and greatest.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Well, Mac doesn't have the percentage that, say, Western Star or Volvo Freightliner have in market share, but their trucks are extremely expensive, though, also compared to those brands. Maybe not Western Star. Western Star is pretty expensive from what I understand, but in regards to, say, a T680, a 579, or even the VNLs that we're running, the Macs are expensive. Hey Ron, how's it going today? That would be it, and also I'm sure they get a pretty good discount, especially if the contractors say, hey, we want 500 trucks. I mean, if you were a Freightliner, you would be given a deal on that too, and most of those leases are only a couple of years, and then they turn around into a used lot that Freightliner is going to sell to make even more money. Holy moly, that four-wheeler is right on my ICC bar. You don't back up into me. Holy moly, what a moron. Oh yeah, but you realize though, George, the truck only released with the 579 and T680. And if it wasn't for PACCAR, this game probably would not exist. Yes, I know, there's a rest area up here in Grand Coulee. And I don't know the logistics of what Freightliner, PACCAR, and all them do for the trucks themselves, so I would not have that information. I mean, my guess is that they are leased, they are not bought by the companies. Which one, Martin? The one by Creechbaum, the air brake sounds from him? Hey, Miguel, how's it going? And are you running the 137 beta, Martin?
Stay right, and then continue straight. Go straight.
As far as I know, the only state that requires side skirting is California. Darn it, I am just hitting everything today. Hey, Commandante, how's it going? And what do you know, it just started raining and we slept. Guess what? No more rain. Are you sure it's that mod that is causing the crash, Martin? Because I'm running it without any issues.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right. Get ready to turn left.
And I know pulling out of the Whole Foods here, it's going to be used packaging if there is anything, which normally there is. Those are the loads that you'll find everywhere.
Turn right. Here we are, safe and sound.
And I would almost bet that sound mod is not causing the crash, Martin. Your game log will tell you. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Yeah, a whole bunch of used packaging going everywhere. And I do have a flatbed. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll do what you said, Shavius. We'll go ahead and we'll dismiss this. And before I take my trailer, we're going to configure it. We're just going to change everything to like black. There we go. And that's going to res in Flagstaff, but not that big of a deal.
Time to get the job done.
There we go. Now I got my flatbed. Alright, what do we got here? No idea, Martin. No, Miguel, not so much showing in traffic, but it's more that the Instagram video for 140,000 followers, they showed it driving by at the bottom. That's that picture that's in the discussion.
Time to hit the road. Turn left.
The only problem is there's
Turn
only
left.
those 4 loads that were here in Grand Coulee for a flatbed. Yeah, look in the picture in the red circle. That's gotta be the anthem.
Turn right. It was a nice ride.
And those videos all are like AI traffic for that SCS puts out. That's why I said traffic.
Let's go.
Yeah, and again, well, that's more belly loaded, thank goodness. At least it's not nose loaded. Yeah, that's gotta be the anthem, and just the shape of the truck itself and where the chicken lights are at. Currently, no truck in game has anything set up like that.
Turn left. Turn right.
Hey, Tech, what's up today? Yes, it is. It is available on the Steam Workshop. If you want a standalone download, you can grab it from the SCS forums. Oh, we're running the D13 500 horsepower, and this has a louder Jake brake than the Cummins, the X15s that are in there. That's why I'm running this.
Stay right, then continue straight. Go straight.
The truck is not updated, Omar. There should be default sounds for it on 137, and I believe those are going to be Peterbilt sounds. I don't think any modder has added compatibility for the FLD yet. Yeah, lumber would have been struggling up there quite a bit heavier than a reservoir tank. As of right now, it is not Miguel.
Turn left.
You should have been in one of the trucks that I drove, Chavius. It was a FLD 120, had a 350 cat, probably 1650 on the torque, and a 410s in the rear end. Even the truck by itself, its own weight, it could not pull that going up a hill. And you put a 45,000 pound load on the back of it, it would run away screaming from any type of grade. The sounds are the same on 136. I'm not sure if Wilson has his mod updated for 137. And nor the engines in Sound Plus, the other one which I think you're referring to. Again, not sure if that's updated. And this was back in like 96 when I was driving that, so probably a 3406. Oh, it was an old Celenon truck. that one, it was horrendous.
Okay, let's find a new route.
I mean, the truck ran fine and everything. It damn thing did not like hills.
Turn left. Go straight.
And back in the day, really, you couldn't get the RPMs down like you can on today's trucks. From everything that my brother has driven since he went back to trucking, everything has, say, would run, he could pull a hill at 1,000 RPM, where back when he was driving in the mid-90s, 1,000 RPM and you were lugging the engine.
Stay right, then exit right. Exit right.
I think it was in 2018, just looking at the T680s, 70% of those that were sold were automatics.
Stay right.
Well, you really... I mean, I would rather drive a manual only because you have better speed control than you would in an automatic. That's my personal belief. Others may say, oh, I want to drive an automatic so my left leg doesn't get tired holding in the clutch. I mean, it's like, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And I'll be completely honest, going through Atlanta and Chicago traffic, which is all stop and go, to avoid my leg from literally getting tired and whatnot, I would sit in granny gear as much as possible. And then if we needed to stop, guess who was pulling on the parking brake? Well, here's the thing with that, Miguel. I always tell new drivers, if you have the opportunity to take your road test in a manual, take it in a manual, so that way you don't have a restriction on your license that you can only drive an automatic. There's the warning from a DOT for my trailer, more than likely. And since this truck doesn't know how to merge, guess what? We're going to use the shoulder. Exactly, Shavius. That is why I mentioned that. And tractor trailer schools, to be honest, if they're running all automatics, I would avoid them.
Stay right, then exit right. Exit right. Stay left.
He's in a 2019 Freightliner Cascadia.
Stay left.
Well, you have to remember the 2019 Cascadias actually came out in 2018. Well, a lot of it is financial, yes, and the downside is if you have a family, you're away from home a lot. And that is unless you can get a local company to say you're home every weekend. Yeah, he runs in automatic. It's funny when he comes home and he starts playing American Truck Simulator, all he does when he tries to drive on my setup is grind every single gear. I mean, literally, he is Mr. Grind It until you find it. He does, yes, and only because when he was driving in manual, that's all he did was full gears. I mean, that's the way that I drove too. The only time I used the clutch was to start and to stop. The same way that you would do in the real world, Nathaniel. On your shorter gears, you've got to be a little bit quicker, but once you get to the top side, it's normally about a 500 RPM drop between gears. Yeah, look at me, I can't drive. Yeah, that was, there we go, grind it till you find it, because I'm actually having trouble seeing this RPM gauge. first thing that you're going to want to do is either, you've got a couple of options there, Dylan. One option is seeing if there's a tractor trailer school in your area. They may require you to have your CDL permit before they accept you. Another option is some of the companies do provide complete training for you. However, you are under contract for, say, 1 or 2 years. If you leave before then you have to pay them for the training. And again, you would need your CDL permit before you can go. And then, of course, any more these days for truck drivers, you need to pass a background check too with Department of Homeland Security, especially if you're going to be hauling hazmat. Yeah, companies like Swift and Schneider, they will provide training for you and get you your CDL. You're just under contract for a certain amount of time. If you leave before then, they're gonna pretty much charge you for their training, which is not cheap going through a carrier like that. Seeing some of the tractor trailer schools, when I went to mine, it was $2,500. I'm sure that's probably doubled by now. And even though you can drive tractor trailer in your state when you are 18, I don't believe the federal carrier standards as of yet allow 18-year-olds to go outside of state boundaries, so you will want to be minimum 21. I do know that they were working on trying to get that down to 18-year-olds because there's such a shortage of drivers. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I don't think an 18-year-old is mature enough to handle a 80,000-pound vehicle. My personal opinion. And just seeing the way that they drive a car, can you imagine an 18-year-old behind a tractor trailer with a incident of rage going on? Yeah, it probably wouldn't end up too good. Oh, that's the one thing here, Miguel, though, that they teach you in a tractor trailer school. You cannot drive one of these like a car. Once you get used to driving a truck, you go back to a car, you'll be wondering why you're swinging wide on turns when you're driving your regular personal vehicle. And it happened to me, it happens to my brother. No, my dad never did. Yeah, if you're a tractor trailer driver, you know what SWIFT stands for. Swing wide, it's an effing trailer. If you want to make fun of SWIFT, say stop worrying, it's finally there. Or if you want to even do it a little worse, sure, we're insured for that.
Turn left.
Now, backing is actually the easiest part, and you get your 28-foot pups because they turn so quickly. Yeah, they're a little bit harder, but the longer the trailer is, the easier it is to back, or so they tell you.
Turn right.
You would be surprised at how, I'm not gonna say any particular person here, but some of the drivers that you'll see is like, how in the hell did you guys get your CDL? It just dumbfounds you of some of the stuff that they'll do. Wow, I don't know why my bumper would be hitting along the ground on this.
We are finished.
All right, and I am going to call it quits here for this Tuesday evening. I do want to thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy the stream, as always, leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, slap that red subscribe button. Enable notifications if you want by then clicking on the gray bell. Have a great rest of your Tuesday nights. Keep that shiny side up, and we'll catch you on the flip flop.